Hey guys, what's up, RedExions here, and welcome back to this brand new video. Now today I want to do something a little bit different because today I'm going to be returning to ASSETTO CORSA, but not in the way that you're used to, but yeah, I want to make this sort of casual talking podcast type of video. So yeah, I didn't really know what type of video I wanted to do, so I just thought to myself, why not just talk about whatever I want to you guys, explain some things and have some fun at ASSETTO CORSA. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, I actually shot the exact same video before this, but then after I was done, I discovered that the PC didn't record my gameplay. So this time you will actually be able to see that I have picked the BMW M235i, which is a standard car from ASSETTO CORSA, and we are going to take it for a little spin around the Nordschleife. And just along the way, I'll just talk to you guys about all sorts of different things. So it actually feels really good to be back on ASSETTO CORSA. Let's see if we can do a little bit of setup. Let's change to the medium tires because of course we want the grip. Then 5 liters of fuel because also in the previous ASSETTO CORSA videos I always put it down to 5 liters. Well, let's not mess with anything else. Also, let's change the sun so that it looks a little bit nicer, so we get the nice golden hour effect. Alright, so everything is now set. Well, let's go. Clutch engage, first gear. There we go. Oh yeah, this feels really good to be back, man. I really have not driven this car in a very long time. Like I said, I did actually record this video before this, but I used different cars for that video. But yeah, I feel like this one is a nice, a little bit of a more easy start to this video because, well, I haven't driven AC in a very long time. Before I had ASSETTO CORSA on PC, I always did it on PS4, and this particular car is something I raced with a lot on PS4, and that was a good time, and I really enjoyed it. I always did it with friends, and it was just a good time, man. So this thing, well, it's pretty similar to a car that my friend actually was in 2019. He was in a 240i, and I think this one is pretty close to the thing that he drove. Anyway, it's just a fun little machine. It just feels good, man. It's easy to drive. Well, I say it's easy to drive. Oh, as we get a little bit of air, let's see. We have to brake a little bit for this fast right and switch down one gear. It's easy to drive, but it's difficult to be quick with, if that makes sense. Now guys, a little bit of a story time. As I said in the beginning a little bit, yeah, I did ASSETTO CORSA videos before I did karting, and if you have been a subscriber for a little bit longer than 2 months, then you will have seen my old ASSETTO CORSA F1 videos, because that was really the only thing I did. Before I did this, I purely did ASSETTO CORSA F1 hot laps. And well, those types of videos really became popular during the COVID times, like in the beginning when we weren't allowed to do basically anything, and when F1 was cancelled. So yeah, some channels like Mitsos and Necruise 51, I think he's called, yeah, they really made some, you know, they made some good videos with ASSETTO CORSA hot laps, and people really enjoyed that. I was a little bit late to the party. I only started making those videos in November of 2020. Before that I did have a YouTube channel, but yeah, I didn't really use it that much. I only made like, you know, casual karting videos. I'm not in the way I'm doing right now. Actually, the windscreen is really dirty. I cannot see anything when the sun is directly on my windscreen. Anyway, as I was saying, before November of 2020, yeah, I just did karting videos. And way before, oh no! You guys did not see that. Anyway, before I did my first karting videos, I just did some, you know, random things that every 10-year-old or 11-year-old does with his YouTube channel when he first gets one. I made some Minecraft gameplays, I made a Happy Wheels gameplay. And yeah, my first video, that's really cringe, man. If you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe if this video gets like 1000 likes, I'll show it. But yeah, I don't like setting like goals. The reason I've stopped doing ASSETTO CORSA videos is that, yeah, I just didn't enjoy making F1 hot laps anymore. I milked it beyond being dry. And I just was fed up with it, so I wanted to do something else. And then I realized, wait, I do karting, maybe that's something that people want to see. And it actually turned out that it was that way. And I really love being a content creator, man. Doing YouTube for the past 1.5 years, it made me realize this is something that if it's possible, I would like to do this for a living and combine it with racing. That would really be my dream come true. Also, just, you know, sharing my passion for motorsport is just something I really want to do. I just love this sport, man. It's so amazing, and people that don't, you know, people that are not in motorsport or don't like it, they'll never understand. I was once talking to a guy, and he was like, yeah, why do you like motorsport? When you go to a track, you just sit there and every now and again a car drives by. That's just the way they see it, man, and you know, there's no point in trying to explain it to them. Oh, I actually think the carousel pretty nicely there. That felt really good. This car really is very much fun to drive. But you know, some people will never understand motorsport, and that's okay. There are some things that people like that I don't understand either, like for example football. I'm really not a football fan at all, or soccer, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, some people are passionate about that, and that's okay. We can all be passionate about things we like as long as it doesn't bother other people, you know. Just take the chill pill, man. I think more people should take the chill pill. That was really on the limit, man. Let's see if we can push it a little bit more for now. Ooh. As you guys know, before COVID, I also did karting, and I actually was, yeah, it was going pretty well. 2020 was supposed to be the year that we were really, you know, going to be a front runner and all of that stuff. I was going to university in 2020, and you know, I wanted to be an engineer. 2020 was also going to be my last year in karting, and well, I definitely did not expect to be, you know, a YouTuber that actually made money on YouTube. Yeah, 2 years ahead of time. It's so weird, man. How life can be sometimes. Ooh, that's on the edge, but we still got it, luckily. Sometimes these curbs can save you, as you could have just seen there. Now brake for this super fast right-hander. In Formula 1 car, that corner is almost flat. Well, you can take it flat, but then you will mess up the next corner, but we mess up the next corner anyway, boom. But yeah, like I was saying, I never expected to be making money with YouTube. And don't get me wrong, it's not a whole lot. Like, it helps with paying with my karting, but not really that much. Like, I'm going to be honest to you about this, guys. Yeah, I only make like between 3 and 10 bucks per video, and that might sound good, but remember that I spend like, for an average video, I have like 8 or 9 hours of work that goes into making one video, especially with the last ones. Now, another thing I'm going to be honest about is that the ASSETTO CORSA videos, those are a lot easier to make money with. Like, they got a little bit more views than the videos I make now, like between maybe like 2 and 10,000 per video. But you know, the amount of money I made per video on that was much lower. I actually make more money now with my karting videos than I did with my ASSETTO CORSA videos, even though I'm getting like half of the views, but that's okay. And like I said, I'm not doing it for the money, it's just see if we can maybe nail the final couple of corners. We almost blow up the engine with downshift, that's okay. We actually nailed the braking zone. See if we can nail the last corner too. Yeah, good. But like I was saying, I'm not doing it for the money. If I was not karting and I was not, you know, making money out of it, I would still love to do this, because I just love sharing my passion with you guys, and I hope you guys are still enjoying it. By the way, guys, if you are still enjoying it, then like I always say, please consider hitting those like and subscribe buttons. Like, for you it only takes a couple of clicks, but for me, you know, you're making my dream come true. I would really love to do this for the rest of my life, and you know, also the more subscribers we get, the more I'm able to afford my racing, and that's also that's also, you know, the thing I live for. I'm really made for motorsport. I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. And you can make that... Like I was saying, you can really help me make my dream come true. You just have to press those 2 little buttons there, so please, I'll be grateful forever. Anyways, guys, with that, I think it's time to move on to a new car, so let's see what we will pick now. I've been getting a lot of comments lately asking if I would like to be in F2, F3 or F4 or something. Yeah, of course, everyone would love to be that, but the reason I won't ever be in one of those things I will explain a little bit later on. But you know, let's go with this classic Formula 2 car, you know, when it was still called GP2. These things are so amazing, and let's go with a little bit of an unknown track that's not on the F1 calendar. Bah, look at this thing. You know, Race Sim Studio really makes, you know, the most awesome mods there are for ASSETTO CORSA. They're super high quality. They are paid, of course, but in my opinion, they're really worth their price tag. Super high quality 3D models, super good handling, and the sound of this thing. Just wait until you hear this. This thing sounds absolutely amazing. Oh, listen to this thing, guys. This thing, in my opinion, it just sounds so raw. But let's dive into this track. Going around the final corner now. I used to do this track a lot when I did ASSETTO CORSA on PS4 with the GT cars. This track's so much fun. First out we have, well, that was turn 1, this is turn 2. Yeah, it's not really a corner. In GT cars it can be a little bit tricky, but in this thing it's just an easy flat. Really fast corners, really enjoyable on 3T cars. Now going into the first, well, the third and fourth corner, which are 2 right-handers, which can also be really tricky because they're off camera. Then the next corner is just a little bit of a kink. Then we have a DRS zone here, which we do have in this F2 car. Then we go into another hairpin, braking. That's a little bit too late, I think. No, it's not. Going into a, yeah, it's actually a really wide hairpin. It's also pretty fast for a hairpin. Now I have to say that I have not driven this track in a very long time, so I will be a little bit rusty. Down to into a very sharp left-hand hairpin, which, well, it's a great overtaking spot actually. Now we go into another chicane, which is easily flat in this car and actually in most cars. Then we go into another hairpin. As you can see, there are quite a lot of hairpins at this track. There are actually some really slow corners. We get around that. And now we go into the slowest and trickiest corner of the whole circuit, which is this super slow hairpin. We run a little bit wide. Be careful on the throttle because this thing will spin. Then going into a little bit of a slow chicane, and this corner is actually one of my favorite corners because it's off camera and just really tricky to get right. Now going into the last corner already, the tires are actually really cold, so we did not push it quite enough this lap. Full throttle, going to the line, and that's the lap of Vallelunga. Like I said, this track it's just so much fun in GT cars, but I'm not sure if this car is suited for this track, but I don't care. Let's just push it for another lap. Going down to third gear, that's a lot better line this time. Getting on the power a lot earlier, but we spin. Yeah man, this generation of F2 cars, I really enjoy them. They're so unforgiving, so hard to drive, but they sound so good, man. And when you get it right, it's so satisfying. Some people were asking me if it was my goal to, you know, to go into F4 or F3. And well, of course, everyone's goal is to, you know, do something in the world of motorsport. But what some people don't know is that it's not a matter of talent. Well, talent plays a little bit of a role, but not the main role. And that's just the thing I hate most about motorsport. And that's just the fact that, you know, if you have money, you can make it in the world of motorsport. But if you don't have money, then it just becomes infinitely more difficult. There are some cases of people who just have, you know, a really good driving ability, who got picked up by some sponsor and who had pretty much no money of their own and who made it. But that's just rare. So would I go into F4 if I had the money for it? I probably would, or GT cars or anything. Actually, GT racing is even more easy to get into. You don't need any racing experience at all. You can just show up with a big pile of cash and then they'll just give you a seat. So yeah, if any of you guys want to sponsor my racing career, there's an email address down there in the description. Go check it out. But I doubt that will ever happen. Yeah, I think the things that I've just said, that money really is the biggest part in motorsport, I don't think many people know that. Yeah, that's just really the sad reality. Like, I don't know how much exactly, but if you want to race in FIA Formula 3, you'll probably need like at least 1 million to buy a seat, and then you won't even be in the top team, you'll be in like a midfield team. And that's just the thing that prohibits most, you know, really good drivers from, you know, ever progressing up to Formula 1. Because everything up until Formula 1, and even if your name is Lance Stroll or Nikita Mazepin or Nicolas Latifi, that will cost money. You won't make anything. And now, of course, the dream for every driver that doesn't have money is to get some sort of sponsor, but that's just really difficult. But again, like I said, if you are a company and want to sponsor me, my email address is in the description. Anyways, guys, back to seriousness. Let's see if we can push this thing for a lap a little bit. So guys, we managed to improve our lap time by another 2 seconds. We did 22.6, oh no, 23, but it did 20.3. But yeah, it shows it on the steering wheel, but it didn't show that on the, you know, on the sidekick for some reason. But anyway, yeah guys, this car is just amazing to drive. I really like it, but we actually improved by even more going into that first turn. That's something I sometimes have. I just take it for a little bit easier and then I actually end up being quicker. Also in karting that happens sometimes. Why am I improving? I'm not even trying. Maybe I was over pushing it a little bit too much in my pushing lap, probably. Or it's just me not playing ASSETTO CORSA for way too long and me finally, you know, relearning how to drive in this sim. Yeah, it's probably the second one because now I'm actually getting the feel for it a little bit more. It's funny how sometimes I jinx things before I even finish my sentence. Anyways guys, let's just move on to the next car and I think that will be the last one for today. I want to drive something that's manual. Let's see if I can find something that's fun and manual at the same time. So guys, time to die. Lotus 49, Spa 1966 and the F1 Mega Pack sound on there. I actually wanted to do a review on that last week, but I actually had the same issue that I had today and, you know, like 90% of the footage I recorded was corrupted, so I was like, nah, fuck it. But for now, let's see if we can do a little bit of setup so that we don't die as hard. Yeah man, that sounds good. All created by SHR modding. Let's go. This thing is so hard to control, man, but I used to love doing this back in the day. To be completely honest with you guys, ever since I switched to karting content, I really haven't touched AC that much. Only, you know, your occasional hot laps sometimes. If you actually take a look at my older videos, you can see that I basically only did F1 hot laps on ASSETTO CORSA. I barely did anything else. And yeah, I was just really sick and tired of it. I didn't want to drive F1 cars in AC anymore. Well, something like this is always fun, of course, but yeah, no more modern F1 cars. Now super fast left-hander, switch down to third gear. As you can see, Spa is completely unrecognizable. After Eau Rouge you had the camel straight, and after that it's just completely unrecognizable. Most of the track now is actually just public roads. Like this road right now is just a public road. My god, man, you really have to throw this thing into the corner, otherwise it doesn't want to stick. But as I was saying, my next car race is at Spa-Francorchamps, and actually the road leading up to Spa-Francorchamps, the car track, is actually an old piece of the circuit. I will show you guys, I'll tell you when we get to that part, but now let's just try to survive the rest of this lap. We're going into the village, switch down one gear. Oh, we nearly bin it and we died. Oh, so. Yeah, luckily this is a sim. In real life we would have died. We hit a concrete wall with like 260 kph, and you know, these things were made of like the same material as you make a beer can from. So I will be dead right now, but let's continue. And this corner is actually where the road to the karting track starts. You would come from, actually from where I come from, you would come from the, you know, the road on the left there, and then you would turn around into this corner. And this corner is still there. I'll show you guys when I go to Spa what this corner looks like right now. This road goes on for like, you know, 4 or 5 kilometers, and this is just through the forest. Like, it's pretty much the same as it is in the game right here. The houses match, but you know, it's just a lot more modern now. And you would actually see the, yeah, even though this is so deadly, I really love doing this, man. This is so much fun. So now we're actually going into the double left-hander. This is the corner before Blanchimont, and now we're getting up to Blanchimont. Let's switch down one gear, another one, because we were too low on revs, and we actually died almost. Ouch! Oh god, please don't tell me we're stuck here. Wait, let's reverse. Let's try to get out of here. Yeah, we got out. Nice. Breaking out for Eau Rouge. You can see that it's practically unchanged, apart from the fact that there are no concrete walls next to the track anymore. So that you don't instantly die when you get Eau Rouge a little bit wrong, which is nice, of course. We ran a little bit wide. We got a little bit of a snap there on the top, but well, we're still alive. As you can see, this part is not even a straight anymore. It's just all fast corners. Braking a little bit, we go into the left-hander again. We take it a little bit too hot, but we actually make it and flat out again. Boah. Take a little bit of grass on the entry, throw it in, almost hit the telegraph pole. That was actually the perfect line. We almost took that corner flat. Keeping the inside, going into the village. We actually need to keep the inside for a little bit later on, because this corner has a double apex. Now we need to have the inside, which we do. Then going into this next super fast chicane, throw it in to that side, then throw it to the other side, but we do it wrong and we die again. You know guys, there's something else that I want to say. I'm just really grateful for the position I'm in right now, and you know I say that a lot, but I really mean it. Like, I would have never have thought that I would, you know, make YouTube videos, share my passion with you guys, and you know, build such a nice community and with all people who love racing. By the way, if you want to interact with the community more and want to, you know, really belong to something, I would strongly suggest checking out my Discord server. I've put a link to that in the description down below. Yeah, so yeah, go check it out. There are a lot of old AC fans from when I did ASSETTO CORSA videos, and there are a lot of karting drivers in there as well. I believe the karting channel is actually the most active channel right now on my Discord server, so go ahead and check that out. So let's have a little bit more fun, and then I'll call this video a day. Just shift down into the village, 4th gear. We don't mess it up this time, good. Now going into the first corner of your way to the karting track. Come on, turn in, flower it. It actually has a little bit of banking to it, so you can actually take that corner quite quickly. 5th gear. Flat out. Oh man. This corner is almost flat out, we just have to brake a little bit. Then back on the power again. Oh man. This is so much, it's so intense, but it's so much fun. Brake a little bit for this corner. Use his driveway as the apex. Now for this corner we do have to shift down, I believe. 4th gear. Going in there and flat out again. Oh man, this is so much fun. I really recommend trying this out, guys. The track mod is free, so you know, go ahead and download it. It's in the description. Oh, look at the speed we're getting up to, man. It's so dangerous. Now going into the left-handers again. On the edge, go down one more for Blanchimont, turn in. Whew. And we just died again. Oh no, maybe not. Oh yeah, well, we won't die from that crash, but yeah, that was a good one anyway. Anyways guys, I feel like this is a good opportunity to end the video. Now guys, if you want to see more of these types of videos, just let me know. Anyways guys, I feel like this is a good opportunity to end the video. Now of course, like I said, this is a new type of video, but if you want to see more of these, just chilling and driving around in the sim and just talking to you guys, let me know down there in the description. Maybe leave some comments on this one that I can answer in the next video. Now guys, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, then I would strongly recommend checking out this playlist. Anyways, this video is now done and I'll see you next time. Peace.